Alright guys, sorry, I think I was just having issues there. It looks like, hopefully guys, can you guys see and hear me at the moment? Because I just created a new live stream again, and I'm thinking the reason for this is if I missed the schedule, which was probably about a minute or two, I think it has issues on having me to catch up. So I'm thinking we're looking a lot better. I just checking out the participants because that will actually give me a very good idea on if that, oh sorry, my chat's gone blah again. I'm back on my normal machine. So how are we going? Yep, okay, I've got you, Lawrence. That's good to see. Are you still in here or not? Or I've lost you again? Not sure. Okay, I think we've just give another little chat here, and we'll work on this one here. And I'll pretty much talked about exactly what I was saying before. Is that coming through? I think I'm seeing more people now, so I think that might actually work. If it is, I'm so sorry, this live stream stuff, and I'm just going through OBS, and I just have not had time to look at OBS as well too. Anyway, Lawrence, if you're still here, I'm hoping you are. Basically, I have talked to Dell to actually get a different channel to actually get the latitude 7520. To see if I can get that. So it's going to go through a different channel there. So and that channel is usually I'm pretty reliant on, because I usually get a decent amount of computers through that channel there, and that will usually come through a lot more. I know that one has a lot better ETAs for me as well too. So I hopefully will expect it maybe a week or week and a half. That's if it's in stock for them, and then they'll be able to actually ship that 7520, so I can have a play off it, because I did talk to Dell. I want to have a look at the thermals on that one there. So that's the news on that one there, to chase that up for you. Now I'm also, while I was actually having a chat with Dell, I am also getting some Optiplexes in. The desktop ones, and also Precision as well, the desktop one, because we're not due for a refresh for laptops yet, but that will be probably later in the year for that, and they will house the Tiger Lake H processor there for the laptop Precisions anyway. So I'm excited to see those. I'll also be excited to see if they will run the new Quadros as well from NVIDIA, but we'll find out until we see more news about that. That'll be good to see. Now I am also, what else am I chasing up as well? I've got another thing I'm chasing up. But yeah, I've just got some other things that I'm going through. I think there's another one which I was interested to see. Oh yes, the Latitude 9520. I am chasing that up as well, and I know I've also got the Latitude. Now this is the detachable. I think the detachable is the 7320 or the 7220. I can't remember which one it was, but that detachable that looks like a Surface, that's on the way as well too. The new Tiger Lake H series processor is yes, it is interesting, and the reason why, well, let's just say multi-core is, I don't think it's going to do very well in multi-core compared to AMD. But the single core, I am very interested to see, because when I was in their meeting with Intel, to hear that they said it can sustain that high burst speed of 5 gigahertz for about under a minute, and also they did say it really does depend on the OEM on how they make it extend or maybe not, and it all depends also the type of laptop or that it will be in. If it's one of those enthusiasts which is ultra thin, I don't expect it to last very long, but for the bigger, thicker ones that actually have bigger cooling solutions, I do expect that to maybe last quite a bit, to hit that 5 gigahertz and keep it at high up there. But I really can't wait to get it in. Now I did ask Intel if they've got any of the new Tiger Lake H series processors in yet, as they did say they had 80 designs ready, but unfortunately they haven't got anything in yet. Again, this also could be a problem with the shipping to Australia. This is quite normal for me. I am waiting for the Lenovo side of things. I did ask Lenovo, but I don't expect anything quick from Lenovo, because even the Lenovo Nano, which I had ordered 5 months ago, it has not arrived, and I'm expecting maybe the end of this month that it will arrive, the Nano So that's kind of sad. Now for the Lenovo X1 Carbons, I think that has been ETA for me is November. That's how bad it is here in Australia for Lenovo for me. So I will maybe have asked about HP to see what was going on there, and also the new deal as well too. So at the moment with the Tiger Lake H processors, nothing out yet for us, but I do know there is news from Dell about the XPS 15 that will be refreshed with the new Tiger Lake H series processor, because they're due for a refresh. But the 13-inch XPS, they're not really due for a refresh until probably about October, November. But usually with the 13-inch, I think that's not even the H series processor there. Normally they put the U series processor, but we'll find out anyway. If we're lucky, they might actually put the H series processor to try and compete with the AMDs. But yeah, so I am really interested in the single core, single threaded performance of this new Tiger Lake H series processor. They did throw us numbers, and if you've seen that video, they did throw some numbers, and I was like, ooh, okay, interesting. Until we test it out, we'll find out anyway. Now, while we're at it, like I said, I've gotten some new octuplexes as well, and precisions. Anyway, get on with that. And there's one thing, I think you saw this, Lawrence, on the members section here. I actually have not. I've finally taken care of the stickers, but I have not opened it to actually have eaten one yet, which I'll just do right now. No, I just interested to see what these would taste like. What do you think? Actually, I don't even know how many they've got here. I wonder if they actually give me 8 of these Tiger cookies for like 8 cores or something like that, because that'll be interesting. They do smell quite sugary, which is probably nice. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5? No. Wait. No. Wait, that's an uneven number. Okay. It's 7. Interesting. Well, unless I'm missing one. Yeah, there's 7 cookies in here. I would have expected maybe to have an extra 1 to make it 8, but it's 7 cookies anyway. So I am going to share this with my daughter as well, my family as well too. So they're actually quite thick cookies as well too. So let's try that. I don't know. The stuff that comes in is like cardboard or something like that. Oh, that's a lot of sugar. But it's not bad. It's okay. I'll put it over here. I'm going to put it on a plate here just to make it easier anyway. So, try. While we're at it, so now I'm going to turn our attention to something else which I was playing with last night. You guys are going to see it first before the rest of the crew will see this, because I was really interested in this, and I had MacBook Pro with me with the new M1 chip, because I've been trying to fix some issues with that M1 chip again. Oh, I don't really like it. There's so much issues with it. Maybe it's 7 to celebrate i7. Well, I would like to see the i9 instead and have 9. Well, that's true. It could be celebrating the i9, but isn't a flagship like the i9? Because that's what it is. The i9 was a 11980 HK, so you get the HKs ones. But it would be nice to see more cookies. Hey, I'm just pulling anything out. Anything was good. It was something that was a bit of a surprise when they actually sent that to me. I opened the package and went, what's this? Oh, it's just cookies. Okay, interesting. Anyway, that is something I would like to see. Anyway, before I digress anyway, so yeah, the M1 chip. So I'm going to, and this was why I was a little bit late, because I was just trying to set up the second monitor up so I can actually do the live stream and get this OBS working for the stream as well too. So I am going to show you, before everyone else sees this, is the results of the AMD versus the M1. I know some people are actually very interested in it. I was very interested to see how it goes, because I know with the M1 versus the Intel, the current Intel 11th gen, the M1 is walking over it. But this AMD, which I have not put the video out, which is what I'm doing is actually editing that video. But you would have seen that in the last live stream, a bit of preview on how powerful that Ryzen 9 5980HS, yeah, HS, there's so many code names now. how powerful that is. And now I'm just going to show you really how this will go against the M1 chip. So let's look. I can only hear audio enough. Sorry, this is just coming from my audio right up there. I can't really bring this thing in more down than anything like that. So I'm hoping. I'm so sorry. It seems to go one channel, but the second channel is set to a little bit lower. I think it's part of the Rode mic, so we can actually have, without peaking, it will actually be a lot better anyway. So I might actually look into investing into a condenser mic later on, because I do have a little bit of funds as well too, so I hear both. But yeah, I'll do what I can for that. And I was thinking about doing the wireless Rode, but I think this is easier. I think that it's more clearer through this one here as well too. Anyway, before I digress, I'm gonna switch to my other screen. And we're just gonna have some play so you can actually have a look at this. I can see the chat in this screen here, so you can actually see it. So let me just switch this off, half screen. Can you guys still hear me with what I've got showing you right here? If you can hear me, that'd be fantastic. If you just respond something on the chat. If not, I'll switch back to the other scene, I think it's called in, I think. So let's have a look. So I am just going to bring out some, I'm just going to bring out some of what the AMD is going through. Sorry, I've got too many things here and it's just confusing on what it is. So I know there's about 18 seconds delay, so I am waiting for you guys to confirm with me if the audio is coming through with this display of the screenshots anyway. So if it is, that's fantastic. If not, I'll switch it back. Sweet, awesome, that's good to hear. All right, so let's have a look at this. Now, I am going to show you the flow. So, if you know, this is what it looks like. So we've got the Mac M1 on the left. Now this is the, I think as you can see, it's the 13-inch one. And single core, now there's going to be a few different parts to this. So you can actually see the different scores, because pretty much I ran the benchmarks for the 3 benchmarks, which was Geekbench, Passmark, and also Citybench as well, because they're the only 3 that works for both the Mac and Windows. So you're going to see some scores between these two here. So we've got, so as you can see, single core supposedly in Geekbench, the scores are faster for the M1 chip, but the multi-core is faster on the AMD chip here. So let me bring this thing out here, and I'm going to bring out the next part of it, which is the, of course, this is the Asus one here. So this is the graphics, but this is just very quickly, just so you can see. Actually, I should bring up another. I'm going to bring up another little window so I can, because they're in different folders for me at the moment. So I'm still going to start editing this together. But I'm going to give you guys a preview. That's what I'm just showing to you. Here we go. And this is the Geekbench for the M1. So you can pretty much see even the integrated graphics is just smashed by the AMD. So that's AMD there. I'm wondering what you guys will feel about this, because this is probably something that you may be asked professionally. And I am just going to show it to you guys what this would be. So here is this is the MacBook. This is the performance test from Passmark, and I'm going to find the Ryzen one here. Now where's Passmark? Here's Passmark here. So unfortunately they look different because it's quite simple. They just have a different interface for it. So here is the Passmark for the Ryzen one, and I think these are combined for it. So and this is a combine of those two as well too. So you can see the AMD's just smashing out the M1 chip for CPU mark. Now, but the memory scores are better from the Mac one, sorry, M1 chip, and that's actually not surprising because of the integrated, and they do use quite fast RAM for the M1 and the MacBooks, and that's what they are good for, is the memory speeds. I've never had bad memory speeds from the MacBooks, whereas the AMDs, they're a bit iffy at the moment, but they do good for the desktops, that's for sure. But for the laptops, they're still probably working on that out at the moment. Now, now I'm going to show you the last one, which is a Citybench. Let me go find Citybench here. So let's bring this thing out. So this is the Mac one. It's for Citybench, and you see the multi-core scores of those. And here is the Ryzen one here, and you can pretty much see that the single core performance. Now I've not put this on stress test here, so that's only just a one run only. You can see that pretty much on Citybench, it tells a little bit different story. They're pretty much nearly on par, but the multi-core it's just stupidly a lot quicker for the AMD. And again, like I said, in the sorry, I've just got so many of these. Let's see if I can get to the back one. As you can see, even Geekbench will tell you it's still overall faster. But yeah, I've never really used Geekbench as a good indicator. I know some people do, but it just gives you a good sort of thing. Sorry, we don't see half of the screen. Move the windows to the left. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, give me a second. Let me bring that up. Let me start this again. Thanks for showing me that. Sorry, I did not do that again. Let me bring it again. Okay, let's do Citybench. Is that a little bit... Sorry, I've got so many windows here, and OBS did not tell me that I had different things. So let me just move this all across down this way here. And I will bring this up. Let's bring this all across. Okay, so let's go this. So there, let's do Geekbench again. So is that better? I'm hoping you can see that a lot better now with this. All right, so on the left side, we've got the MacBooks, which is the M1 chip. And then on the right side is the Ryzen 9 5980HS processor. And you can pretty much see that in Geekbench, it does tell a different story, sort of in the single core. It is a little bit faster than the Ryzen 9, but in multi-core scores, it does lose out there. And as for the graphics scores, integrated graphics, the AMD Ryzen is a lot quicker than the M1 chip. Now, let's go down to, I'm just going to minimize these ones here because it's just in the way. Let's have a look. Citybench. We're looking for this one, Passmark. Okay, so with Passmark, so I'm going to bring this up here, and I'll bring this up. I can now finally see the other screen here. So, okay, Passmark again. We can see now. Of course, the interface is different because Mac and but they are official from both from Passmark itself. So this is the combined score of the single and also multi-core, and again this is the combined as well, and it gets broken down here, but I'm just going to show you this way. So the combined score, you can see it's a lot, it has better performance in CPU scores, but where it loses out is its memory score. So that's the RAM here, and the Macs have always been known pretty good for have good RAM speeds. And this is just again reflected. AMD was going to probably be working on that. Probably I'm taking guess will be for the Zen 4. They'll probably be working on better RAM speeds as they've done on the desktop computers as well too. So they are running a little bit there, but it also depending on OEMs as well too. So, but this computer is doing well. I must agree for this Asus one here. And you'll see that in the review soon anyway. Now anyway, let's get to the next one so you can hopefully now see the actual screen. So here's Citybench. So on the left we've got the M1, and on the right we've got the Ryzen 9. Now I did, as I just said, I only ran these on one run only. I didn't do as a stress test or a duration test, which you can do. I only did it one run only just to see its maximum performance as well too. So we can see here on Citibank tells a little bit different stories. We'll find that the single core is pretty much on par. They're not that much different. Whereas the multi-core scores, multi-core ability is a lot quicker on the Ryzen, the AMD pretty much, compared to the M1. Now that was a bit of a surprise to me. I was expecting something better from the M1, as I kept seeing a lot of reviews and things for it, but I never saw the AMD scores, and this is the first time of me seeing the AMD scores, and I went, wow, okay. But yeah, what do you guys think? Now also I will be probably maybe running this on duration a little bit later on, but I actually expect for duration wise this AMD is going to do a lot better compared to the M1. Now why I'm saying that, the reason for that is because this Asus, let me just switch back anyway. The Asus, let me have a look. Ooh, it's back anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking the Asus has better cooling, way better cooling solution than the M1. Well, the MacBooks. The MacBooks have what I would call awful cooling solutions, and that's throughout the history of the MacBook Airs and MacBook Pros, and you'll see it from different channels. They've got awful cooling solutions for it. So as you work on a Mac, more than likely as time goes by, it degrades a lot in performance. So the AMD wise, it actually has very good core performance, and for temperatures as well, as I was monitoring it up. So if I do a duration test, I would definitely see that AMD is going to hit a lot more better scores and be a lot better performer. So you can pretty much tell your workmates and friends that because at the moment a lot of the fanboys, now I used to be a fanboy of Mac, but now you can actually tell, I've got the scores here, you can pretty much tell that the Apple people that the AMDs are still faster than the M1. So I'm hoping you learned something there or find something, but if you've got questions, put it in chat. So definitely, hey Aria, how's it going? I've been a while for you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're actually keeping safe in your hometown, because I do know there's a lot of news coming out of your country at the moment. So how are you guys, how are you doing, and how's your family going as well too, Aria? Because I know that's your country is getting a lot of massive news here in Australia as well too. But it's good to see you back, because I did miss you as well too. But anyway, so yeah, what do you guys think of the M1? Have you guys been playing with the M1 Mac? I've been playing it quite regularly for the last 2 months anyway, and it's been stressing my head out, trying to get a lot of the softwares working, especially even in Rosetta as well too. So find that I can't get Boot Camp working is a bit of a stress for a lot of my users, as well as having to purchase the parallel, and more than likely you will, even if you run parallel, you're running an ARM based Windows, which is pretty much gimped off anyway, because if you've seen my video about the Microsoft Surface X, that runs off the ARM based Windows, and it is a GIMP version of Windows. You can, well, I wouldn't say GIMP version of Windows, it's just that you can't run a lot of other softwares through the ARM instructions. So it becomes quite of a hassle. So if you've got users who do run any sort of Windows software, don't tell them to get a Mac. That's quite simple as that. Tell them just to stick with the Windows there, because currently with the M1, it's still an issue. And we're not ready for that yet, and it is still in the very early stages at the moment, even though it's been probably about more than 6 months now, or about 6 months. We're still very first generation, and we're still early stages anyway, so it's still got a lot of development for softwares anyway. But yeah, definitely I would actually like to hear if you guys have got any experience with the M1 chip, and how you guys going with that. I do know if you're just running like your basic softwares, like even Office and stuff like that, yeah, that's fine. Web browsing, that's fine. I do say one good thing about the M1 chip though, it does have fantastic battery life. That's one thing that is really good as well too. Now I also say I love the speakers on the M1, but that is a good thing as well too. But let's digress. Now, as for what news did that come out with the Apple, I had a quick look at it. I think it was just a new iMac, and that's about it. And I've heard rumors about the M2 or whatever it's going to be called. So that would be, I don't have any affiliates or even any inside news for Apple. But so I'm getting it pretty much as you do. I used to have developer access, but I pretty much unsubscribed that in a way. So yeah, I should really get into it back again. So, but there are plenty of channels who cover the Apple ecosystem. I'm just not one of them. I'm just trying to help you guys out to find solutions to things like, for example, finding just to connect to external docks and stuff like that. Now, I hope with the M2, they may actually fix, or I call it a fix. I think they will call it an improvement on being able to connect dual screens and then extend the screens as well too. So yeah, g'day for freedom. How are you doing? Thanks for joining in. It is something I am. Oh yeah, it's 9:30. So I was gonna do a 30-minute stream, but I had a delay and I had some issues on getting the stream working as well too. So, but that's it. Will get going anyway. So, but yeah. I'm doing pretty good at the moment. I was actually enjoying the Tiger cookies from Intel. Let me just show it to you, which I actually posted on my Instagram. It was just to celebrate the Tiger Lake launch from Intel. So Intel sent me some cookies too. It was just interesting. It was just kind of funny as a thing. There was a bit of a thing, but you'll see that later on, right? So it's quite sugary, and I've only had one bite to it. I'll probably slowly eat it throughout the night because I'm not one of those who eats very, very sugary biscuits anyway. So we'll see how it goes. I'll try a little bit. But yeah, any questions? Shoot it up, and because I am just looking at other stuff to do, and I'm still got a little bit of testing and start doing video editing in a way. But yeah, that's pretty much all of for those that just tuned in. I was just showing the people the the AMD Ryzen 9 versus the M1 chip for the Mac, and see how that goes. And pretty much the AMD it's still a better chip in a way. So, but yeah, I'll just see if there's anything happening there for you guys. And that's good to hear you're doing well, because it is a bit of a worry. I've got a few friends in India, and that's pretty much stuck here because Australia's pretty much stopping all the flights and the whole thing in another 3 days. Yeah, another 3 days, we'll find out if they'll be able to get the flights going back between India and Australia again in a way. So, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all from me for this week here. And yeah, I'm expecting a few more new computers slowly to arrive within either... Actually, wait, today's Wednesday. I don't know if I'll get anything end of this week. Probably more than likely will be next week anyway, as I've just got to sign off some forms for these new computers coming through anyway. So yeah, but yes, I'll just wait for about 30 seconds or so. If you guys got any more questions, I'll tell you something really funny. I was just doing the filming for this AMD here, and I just kind of, it was last night, and I was just finishing off within probably about 30 seconds of just turning the camera off. Because we had a massive storm come through, and it was one of those lightning storms, and pretty much it just it took our power out completely. So I went into a blackout, and I just finished filming, and that was just lucky as well too. And it was also, again, like I said, my other computers, my main 2 desktop computers, they're on UPSs. So one of the top tips I have to say is, get a UPS. It saves you a lot of trouble. You can have some bad power supplies. Of course, try your best to get good power supplies. But you can get a bad power supply, but always put it behind a UPS, the computers that you have importance to. Put it on a UPS. It will fix everything because it fixes up the curve waves as well as giving you clean power for UPSs, and plus it's a battery as well too. So if you get blackouts, at least you're not going to get your computer to die straight like that anyway, which is something that's really nasty to see. So throughout the years, I've always gone and bought UPSs, even if it's a cheap one. It's better to have a cheap UPS than not have any sort of UPS at all. And of course, as funds gets better, buy a better UPS in a way. So these days, even if it's not as important on a laptop computer, but if you're a desktop computer, it is pretty much put a UPS on it. So then basically kind of treat it like a laptop where it's got a battery anyway. So that's my little tip to you guys. But yeah, if any of you guys running UPSs at all, anything server wise, I will definitely be running UPSs anyway. So I've got, I think I've got 3 in the house at the moment. So I've got 1 for my NAS and I've got 2 for my 2 desktop computers anyway. So yeah, but yeah, that was it. And also fixes up brownouts. I'm not sure if you know what a brownout is, but that's where the power dips down half, and you get like a dim sort of thing, but the power's still on. But those are really, really dangerous for computers. The brownouts are probably worse for computers than the blackouts, because it really screws with a lot of circuitries, is what I've been told. But yes, yeah, UPS is nice. I just don't need one here. I had a couple of blackouts in the last 8 years. Yeah, but you never know. That's the thing. Even though I think here in Australia, I think the cheapest one you can get is probably around about $120 something. But yeah, you can get some cheap ones, and that's all you need, right? And you'll be thankful for something, especially if you're working on a project. And it all depends on what you are doing as well too. So for me, it's a work thing. I would like to have the computer not die. That's one other thing, but really it's just the work that I'm working on. I don't really want, time's a bit of a commodity that I don't want to lose, and that's the reason for it. So 125, or I usually pay for around about $180 for a UPS anyway. So it's a good investment for the professionals. Now, if I was gaming, I don't think I would actually have to worry too much about the UPS, because I can quite happy to have a little bit of rest from gaming anyway. But if you're working, I think the UPSs are very important as well, unless you're on a laptop as well too. But yes, that's awesome. But that's good to see. And I think the internet went down as well, because actually no, my actually router and my network switch and my NAS are actually on one UPS, so I actually can stay quite okay when a blackout happens, and then that will slowly calm everything down anyway. So what power boards are built with the surge protectors? Actually, what's funny enough, a lot of them have surge protectors built into them. When you pay a little bit more higher, they have the surge protector built in it, and they also have insurance part of that surge protection as well too, that you can actually claim up to. You can see it in the packaging. So on the decent priced power boards that should have surge protection, just have a look on the back. There is usually, it tells you like how much, well, firstly it tells you how big it can take the load, and secondly how much spike it can take as well too, and also around about how much you can claim as well too, if say for example it did not save due to a big spike as well too. So have a look at that. That's how you can tell it's a quality power board. If you don't get any of that, then it's not going to be a very good one. So what you pay for is what you get, unfortunately, with some of the power boards, and that is one of the things. But the power boards usually have a massive markup. I know here in Australia, some of the vendors here have like close to more than, I don't know, about 400 to like 600% markup on these. They make a lot of money, so they try to sell you power boards, but unfortunately, we just got to cop it. Yeah, that's about it. What power boards built with? Oh, yeah, sorry, that was the answer. Hope that helps you out. B Manners. Thanks for joining me in for this live stream as well too. So that hopefully gives you some sort of things, because we have different ones that we are. So I use a range of different ones, but like I said, all I do is just look at the packaging to see if it's got any sort of insurance. If it does insurance, then sweet. It's usually pretty decent in a way. So. And from a reputable brand here as well too. So, but that's pretty much about it. The computer shops usually do sell them as well too. So just have a go. You can always give them a gander, because they will tell you what's the exchange rate on those as well too. So hope that helps you out. But yeah, anything else? Anything else that's going on for you guys here? I haven't really been looking at the news for what's happening around the gaming section. I have really, just trimmed out because I've been so busy on the other stuff that's happening around the channel and trying to set something really exciting to happen. We'll find out if it does in the next, hopefully, month or two. We'll see if we get this deal going through. Anyway, it's not a sponsorship, it's something else that's going to hopefully give this channel maybe a little bit more variety as well too. So yeah, but that's just giving you guys a bit of a heads up on that one there. So, but yes, anything else you guys got questions for? I like that question about the power boards, because that's something I may look into later on for some of my videos if I have some time, because that's actually quite a good question there. For that one there, so I might actually write that down. Actually, I'm going to type it out as a little reminder to myself anyway. So yeah, power buttons. About gaming, Cyberpunk is still not fixed. Wow, I haven't played Cyberpunk, just to be truthful. I saw a few friends playing Cyberpunk and they said for me, because I haven't got time to play games in the first place, but I was like, oh, that looks all right. I was concerned because I saw the price came down and I was looking at it because I would have bought it. I wouldn't have played it. I would have bought it for its benchmarks, and that's about all, because I think it has a benchmark script where that can do auto benchmarking, which would be nice and easy for me anyway. So I did look at it, but I just did not get it there. But I don't think I've got the time. The other game that I was really looking into was the Nier. What's the remake? What was the remake called again? I forgot what it's called. It's not Nier Automata, it's the very first one. It was Nier Replica. That's it. I was actually looking at the Nier Replica and thinking about purchasing it so I can actually play, but then I realized I just don't have the time to play it. I've got the cards to it, I've got all the gear to play, I just don't have the time to play it. That's about it. But what's the deal with the chip shortages? I have a Dell laptop on order, 3 months lead in. 3 months is not bad, you know. I'm sorry to say, 3 months is not bad. I'm surprised actually at Dell, because I'm getting some good shipping times from Dell. Lenovo are really bad at the moment for me. I've got 5 to 6 months for my ETA lead times anyway, so that's how bad it is. HP, I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask people for HP how they're going. I know Apple are doing really good. I ordered something from Apple, and within probably about 3 to 4 days, within a week, I've got them. But could I recommend it Apple? I don't know. I don't think so. If you got nothing else and you really need the computer and you can run your software through Apple, then yeah, go get an Apple. But also, I couldn't still say get an Apple. It's better to stick with your old computer than get an Apple. There's just too many software problems anyway. Chip shortages. So when I was talking to the manufacturers, unfortunately, this is not just happening just for, of course, the computer sector. It's happened to other industry as well, and it's just not great overall generally. And I think for us, we just need to generally get used to not having these times on shipments as it used to be. And it's just not, like I said, I don't expect it to get any better even end of this year. Is from what I hear from some of the manufacturers, is that I don't see it going any better. It will only probably get worse until probably a little bit maybe to, if we're like, I can't predict it, but maybe about this November, December, we may get some better news. To then, we're just going to have to keep waiting and pre-order things and expect bad timings anyway. But yeah, so Lawrence said something. Yeah, but pretty much at the moment, Dell's going to be good. They've been generally pretty good. HP is good. Shipments times, that's good to hear, Lawrence. Lenovo bad, yeah. At the moment, Lenovo, yeah. I'd like to know how is Asus, Acer, the other big brands. I'd love to hear what those are shipment wise. That would be definitely good. I'm not sure if any of you guys have dealings with those companies or manufacturers. I do know that the Asus have very nice stuff coming out, and I'm going to start trying to get a hold of some of the things as well too. But yeah, you've cancelled on a P14S. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm about to my Nano, if only because of the channel, I'm keeping that Nano on order, but else I would have cancelled as well too. Now, as for the X1 Carbon 9th generation, I'm still interested to get that in. It is one of the computers I love, and I'm still waiting for it, but I won't see it to the end of this year anyway. It's just for them shipping anyway. So if you guys are looking at reviews for those, do check other channels out. I do have Mash IT. He's done a few on the new Gen 1s, well, Gen 9 and Gen 2s. Now, as for the Lenovo Gen 2s, I did ask about them. At the moment, my ETAs are not looking good. I would tell you guys seek other channels to get the Gen 2s. I will get the Gen 2s. I've put my interest in, but I just don't expect them to be anytime soon. Maybe not even, like I said, I am expecting maybe around about the October, November is when I'll probably start receiving those Gen 2 ones anyway. So, but hey, we never know. Things could change, better shipping, but I don't expect anything from Lenovo at the moment. I've got a very short fuse on Lenovo, but there's only so much I can actually take on anyway. Shipping issues, they really need to fix they really need to fix it, really. Else they're losing a lot. I do like Lenovo. It's just unfortunately this shipping is really bad. So they really need to relook at themselves as a whole globally, because I don't think it's just here in Australia. I've been hearing from other people who have other channels as well, and again, same story. Lenovo's just not doing very well in shipping wise anyway. So yeah. Now I think that's about a wrap it up. But yeah, if anything else, I'll give you guys another 30 seconds before I pretty much call it for the night. And get back to work again. Anyway, it's actually an early one for me so far. It's only about 10, or it's not. It's getting back to soon about 10 here in Australia, where I am anyway. So I know I can hear it's actually started raining outside. So I'm hoping we don't get another lightning storm as well, because the last 3 nights we've had lightning storm, big electrical storms. Like I said last night. I had one which just took out the power anyway, so I'm hoping we'll get to do all right anyway. Doing the best I can with the microphone to try and not get it. I actually had some interference on one of the I had interference through one of the filming, which is that Intel one. I actually had to use my backup audio to sync that out through that. So I'm sorry that audio was not as good, but it could be better. I'm not sure, but I had to use the backup audio because I think something was really bizarre on that one there from the electrical storm anyway. G'day Patrick, how's it going? I missed the live stream, busy working. Actually, Patrick, because you're one of the guys who I've actually seen anyway, before I just quickly finish this off, and this might be helpful to the people who are still there. I was actually just showing off the benchmarks between the new AMD Ryzen 9 and also the Apple M1 chip as well too. So I'll switch this off just so you can see before this video will be released. I think I'll probably get this video released sometime next week anyway, when I get time for it anyway, but I'll show it to you anyway. So I had these running off before. So on the left hand side, I've got the M1 chip Mac, and on the right hand side I've got the AMD Ryzen 9, and that's the 5000 series here, and pretty much single cores. It's around about similar, so single core performance pretty much what I would call nearly on par, and multi-core performance, it just smashes it out. Now in the pass mark is something very well. Where is pass mark? I just found players pass mark. Again, this will be a combined score. Again, it goes through M1 will be just slower, but what was very interesting was the RAM speed. The RAM speed's on the M1 chip for the new MacBook. So this is the MacBook Pro 13-inch. So MacBook Air will be the same because it doesn't have the fan in a way. But it is doing a lot better than the AMD. So hopefully in the next gen of AMD, or it could be also to do with the OEMs, they may actually help that out. So that is the pass mark scores. And last but not least, I've lost the other one here. Where's my... let me try and find that one there. So this is the Geekbench. I don't really like using Geekbench as much. I know a lot of other big channels use Geekbench, so I'm just trying to get these ones going through here. Here we go. So Geekbench, not because I'm biased to Apple, to AMD. I just find the Geekbench is just very good quick scores, but they don't really show as other ones do. So with the M1 on the left hand side, it does say that it has better single core, and on the multi-core, the AMD takes the cake back again. Now as for the graphics scores, it's pretty much a walk in the park for the AMD over the M1s, and that's pretty normal for it. But the M1s are designed more for the metal framework in a way, so and you can't test the metal framework in a way. Oh, sorry, this is the CUDA scores. Well, silly me. CUDA scores. We don't want CUDA scores. I don't want CUDA scores. That was because I was testing out. No, sorry, that's not the right one. That was my fault. Let me find the where are we? Here we go. Cinemax. What's this one here? That's the CUDA score. Here's oh yeah, here goes. The OpenGL again. Smashed it out anyway. So there you go. Hopefully, so just to let you see that, Patrick, because I know you're a big supporter of my channel, and same as Lawrence as well too. You guys have been fantastic, but this is just something to take off. And thanks for joining me again, just so you can see the AMD versus M1, because I know that's probably a question that you may be asked professionally as well too. Is the M1 worth getting, or if you've got a choice with the AMD, go with the AMD. It's quite simple as that. I have to go. Thank you very much for joining me for Freedom. What you're working on, and have a nice day. No, I'll catch you guys later as well too. All right, now let's see if I can switch that back over. There we go. That's it. But yeah, any questions for you guys? And if not, I'll give another 30 seconds again. I've been giving a lot of 30 seconds, but I will give this last 30 seconds because I don't want to go past the hour. And that's pretty much about it. But yeah, I am not a big supporter of Mac. Thank you for that, because I'm the exact same. Anyway, I've been dealing with Mac problems left, right, and center. The software on the issues on that is insane. It's just not right. But that's because it's Gen 1 anyway. Hopefully Gen 2, they'll fix it, and also with more software support as people have support to raise. You don't like the ecosystems? Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. No, is that? Thanks for that. And you guys definitely see you, Lawrence and Sarah. Have a good weekend as well too, and I'll catch you guys a little bit later as well too. And again, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you again for the support. You guys have been absolutely great, because it keeps me up the late nights, and I know that at least some of the stuff is happening for you guys, and that's useful for you guys anyway. So anyway, I'll catch you guys later, and again, as always, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. I'll see you guys later, guys.